Okay, so I just wanted to record this. Hopefully we'll do this in class, but I also wanted to have this so that people could come back to it later on. The idea here is, right, just kind of understanding what standard deviation means. And so notice that like I've plotted these averages, right? So we've got this like 0.06, this is the 0.16, this is the 0.26. And what I want to show is where most of the data points are lying. So notice that this standard deviation of 0.04, you're going to take that average and you're going to go 0.04 down. And so this would get me at 0.2, and then you're going to go 0.04 up, which is going to get me to 0.1. So what you're doing is you're just thinking, like taking this, again, this is kind of like the average variation from that average. So you're thinking, okay, are most of the data points in between 0.02 and 0.10? And you can see that most of them are, except this one is a little bit outside of there because the standard deviation is going to tell us where most of the data points are, but not all of them. So as we keep doing this, and I'm going to sort of write the range. So I'm going to take this 0.04, I'm going to go down from 0.16 and up. So I'm going to say, okay, this should show me that most of the data points are in between 0.12 to 0.2. And then I'm going to plot this. So I've got 0.12 to 0.2. So this should be showing me where, again, most of those data points are. This one is slightly out of the range, and this one's just a little bit out of that, but that's showing me where most of the data points are. So I'm going to go through and do these last couple ones so that people can kind of understand how this works, but then obviously you're going to do this for yours. So and hopefully I'm doing this math correctly. Hopefully that looks right. I was just doing that kind of quickly. So, and then this. And then notice that the upper and the that these error bars should be the same size. And then actually this one with the error bars is going to be up here somewhere. And then this one. And I've actually done this digitally as well, so I can compare this and notice that these error bars do not overlap. So like it suggests to me that those rates are actually different. And then notice that these obviously overlap, right? These two right here. But for example, if I compare this data point and this one, they're almost, but not, right? There's I'm comparing these two, they're not exactly different. But certainly this data point and this one are definitely different. So you can kind of, it's a little bit tricky to tell in here if those are significantly different, because there was a lot of variation in those individual data points.